everyone, so just a quick update. It is Aries season, which is all about new beginnings. It's all about being who we are. Aries keyword is I am. There's no more to say than this is who I am. This is what I am. This is how I am. I am. Like, I am. So we're all about new beginnings. In the northern hemisphere, it is the beginning of spring. So this is about rebirth and renewal, giving birth. If you are in the southern hemisphere, we are in fall, which is about turning inward, starting the process inward, more about relationships and connection to other people. Even though Aries is the very independent sign, you know, how do you find independence through a relationship? That's a big theme. And under our current Aries new moon, that's a great question, is who are we by ourselves? Who are we when we're with other people? Because other people are kind of our mirror. And if we feel truly comfortable with ourselves, we'll be comfortable with ourselves, being ourselves with other people. So how do we show up in that way? How do we show up as who we are within the world? Like I said, this is an Aries new moon. New moons are times for intentions. It's about times, what are words? It's about setting intentions and planting seeds and going within, and it's kind of this internal energy of getting clear with the heart, the sun, which is in line with the moon, this planting, this nourishment, this growing, giving birth to eventually when we get to the full moon energy. And so what does your heart want to create? What does your heart want to nurture? What does your heart want to bring into being right now? Aries, in terms of your identity, in terms of your new beginnings, in terms of what you're here to bring into the world, in terms of what you want to offer the world in this beautiful place, and how you want to leave your mark. We all get to leave a footprint on this earth, and one day our footprint will be covered up. One day Mother Earth will rise up and take over with whatever mark we leave, but we still leave a mark, and it's still important to kind of put value into that. So what are you bringing to the world? How are you showcasing love or empowerment or awakening or healing, renewal, freedom, intelligence, whatever it is that you value, whatever it is that you want to bring into the world? How do you do so? This is actually to our very first Aries new moon since Uranus left Aries, and Uranus has been in Aries for 7 years, besides a little bit it left last year, but it went back into Aries. So this is the very first Aries new moon now that Uranus has completely gone from Aries energy. Uranus is awakenings, it shifts, it's openings, and it's this giant pick you up lightning bolt, move you forward, whether it's through disaster or miracles. We're gonna shake energy up, we're gonna move you forward for your highest good and for everybody's highest good. Uranus is the collective consciousness. It's what everybody needs. It's what everybody benefits from. And for having it in Aries for 7 years, it's like we're waking up to who we are in terms of how we get back to the world and how we fit in with society, how we fit in with what society needs from us, not just the cogs that already works. You know, we are absolutely in abundance of people who are seeking work in a way that is empowering to them, in a way that comes from their soul. More people are going after their dreams and not just trying to get a job at the local factory. And there's nothing wrong with getting a job at the local factory. There's not. But we're seeing that there's more to this thing called life, this thing called Earth, than what the factories produce and making sure those things are in production. And we're starting to realize we have a bigger role here. And so for the past 7 years, we've been waking up to what this role is through traumas and through miracles and through spiritual awakenings and through dark nights of the soul. You know, we've realized who we are, and we've traveled this new ground of us. And now that Uranus is in Taurus, it's about waking up to how we're going to support that and how we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and how we look at money. Like, maybe there's more ways to be abundant than just numbers in your bank account. How else can you get done what you need to get done? How do we need to shift and change the way we look at money? Taurus and Uranus is bringing a lot. It's bringing a lot of changes. It's bringing a lot of commitment to these changes. And it's all focused on value first. And Uranus is humanitarian. Taurus is value oriented. Taurus rules money, so money will be involved here. But it's all about what is best for everybody's highest good. And how can we facilitate that? How can we bring that into the world in a grounded, secure, self-worthy, supporting, I built this kind of way. It's kind of this energy of waking up to the plants that have been growing in our gardens. And what's there and how we can kind of honor that and what we can do with the plants in our gardens. In fact, here's all of my plants in my gardens. Planting some baby seeds and some more baby seeds. We have some herbs growing, some more. Some are flowers, some are herbs. And one day when I am on a permanent plot of land, we're just renters here, I can't wait to have a veggie garden and grow my own food. And that's what Taurus and Uranus is about, is like, how do we grow our own resources? How do we support ourselves? And so this Aries new moon is about, who are we? What is our identity? With this energy of where Uranus has been for the past 7 years, this being the first new moon without Uranus here, it's kind of this like, okay, without the awakenings, we know who we are now. What are your intentions for that? What do you want to give birth to in terms of who you are and what you're here to create to the world? And then with Taurus Uranus energy, it's about how we support that. It's about what we value and how we move it forward. And the overarching message from the universe is trust. You know, the flow is going to unfold in its own accord. Taurus energy is fixed, and so it kind of wants to have stability, and it's an earth, so it likes stability, it likes things to be structured. Taurus people generally really value material security. They value having a stable income and having a bank account. They're not people who can quit their job and travel around the world. Some do. Not their general forte. But Uranus is inviting us to kind of let go of the old ways of security. How do you find self-worth within yourself? How do you feel confident within yourself? How do you feel confident in nature, which is all around us? Like, how do you feel abundant with where you're at in the world you're in? And how can you let that abundance really support you in supporting yourself and receiving the support of the universe to do what you came here to do? Because Aries season, Aries new moons, Aries energy is all about what you came here to pioneer. And so step into it. No one has walked what you're meant to pioneer but you. That is like the truth of it. No one else has carved the path for you. You're gonna have to carve the path yourself. Scary stuff, you know, but you're not alone. The universe supports you. The universe guides you. They give you breadcrumbs. They get you where you need to go. But it's about having faith and trusting and just one foot in front of the other, going for it and making it happen. So kind of on that note, I do want to announce to or remind you guys that I am starting Rediscovering You, a Natal Chart Astrology course on April 22nd. This is the first day of Taurus season, so this is that stability, that grounding. How do we empower ourselves? How do we fuel and give resources to move us forward energy? And it's Earth Day as well, you know, things I'm talking about right here, where we go for 12 weeks, so 3 months into, with like a week break in between, maybe one more if we decide in the group we decide we want that. But anyways, going through the signs, the houses, the planets, and the aspects in a way that helps you understand your birth chart and not just have a complete holistic picture of a birth chart in the way that, you know, you can go to in most websites and get a free basic report drawn up for you. That's available. You can go get a free birth chart report done, but it's gonna be very general. It's not gonna be as enriching as a session with an astrologer or learning how to read your own natal chart. And so in this course, I teach people how to read their own natal chart and develop a language with astrology. I spent more than 12 weeks learning astrology. So will you. It took me sometimes 4 years for certain points and energies to set in, you know. I have understood enough to read people with these energies, but the complex meanings, how they really show up in my life in a very big, humongous, cosmic way, sometimes it takes years for things to sit in. Sometimes it takes minutes. Sometimes it's a quick epiphany. But whatever it is, this course helps you learn the tools to learn astrology and the basics to kind of interpret your chart as well and kind of play with all aspects of your chart, but it's the tools to learn how to use astrology and how to learn how to apply it to your life and how to use the magic of this cosmic birth map we have, which in the amongst of all this Aries energy, that is a Taurus resource of Uranus equation energy that I know is truly phenomenal in helping you with your I amness, with your Ariesness. So it helps you learn how to read that. And in this group too, we do Mondays are lectures where I teach the material. Not to be as, they won't be as boring as most lectures seem, because astrology is interesting and who doesn't love learning about astrology? Then Tuesday through Thursday, because that's Monday, then Tuesday through Thursday, we're going to have office hours. So if you have questions, ask me them, but also do discussions within a private Facebook group where you can ask questions, interpret your chart, other people's charts, personalize the information, keep it general, whatever you want to do. Answer people's questions as well, start a conversation, a discussion on this stuff, and work with the material. And because you want to learn the material, you get the most out of it when you work with it. And then on Fridays, this is something that I loved doing when I was in school, and I really sat with a long time. What is the best way to teach people astrology in the most empowering way, where we don't have to take 3 different courses to get all the material in, where we don't have to really kind of struggle. It's not just boring lectures all the time. It's not hours and hours and hours of just me droning on and on and on. But what is the best way for someone to learn something and for me to teach astrology? And what, after sitting with this for so long, my guides and I came up with is Socratic discussions. And I'm super, super excited for this because I don't think I've seen it being taught elsewhere in this format. And I mean, I'm sure it does happen somewhere, but so Socratic discussions, if you don't know, are basically group discussions held with the students. And so as an instructor, I will be there to have questions if we need them or to facilitate the discussion. But it's really about you guys talking about the material, discussing it together, and asking questions and answering questions and kind of building on the points, because astrology really gets its magic from how you interpret it. And we'll talk a lot about interpretation styles as well and what goes into interpreting astrology in a way that benefits you, because there's a million ways to interpret astrology and you get to pick which way, and the way that benefits you the most is the way I would personally recommend and how I'm going to teach this course. But you get to work with the material, you get to talk about it and discuss it and build the ability to have a conversation about energy and about astrology and about yourself and your birth chart and the planets and the forces that are involved in the universe. And we range from basic I am, this is who I am conversations to Uranus, the collective consciousness. What does the world need from us? How can we awaken? How can we switch things up? How can we change things? We have this varied energy and we could do practice discussing all of it. And at any time within the course, you have the option to submit weekly homework assignments of interpreting your birth chart of that energy for the week, or your interpretation of that energy for the week. And you can submit it to me or post it in the group, and I will offer feedback. Probably not going to tell you your interpretation of yourself is wrong, but I will build off of it and make sure we're leaning the energy towards what really serves. Leaning the energy towards opening the door up for what you want out of the situation. How can we interpret this roadmap to get where we want to go? So we'll set intentions too in the beginning and all that good stuff to know where we want to go. But I'll be there to support that and facilitate that and offer interpretations as well. That's going to be the style of the class, and I'm super excited for it, because one thing that really helps me learn astrology was discussing, was applying it and having conversations with it, even the people who didn't understand or anything. And I think one of the best ways to learn something is to teach and to talk about it and to form opinions and perspectives and definitions of this energy. And so that's what we're going to do to help support that. You can obviously read articles online, do the lecture review the lecture we had on Monday, discussion points, or your own knowledge, because a lot of these planets and energies, you may know people who have these signs or planets, or you may know a lot about the myth of Mars, and you can really apply that to the situation. And so that is available for you guys. So to join, I will include the link above or below, wherever it is. The deadline will probably be a week after we start. We start April 22nd. It's going to be really important to be there on the discussion, so I do not want to keep it open too long. To join, the one-time fee, because there are payment plans available, is $555. And I love this number because 5 is change and self-discovery and empowerment. And this is a course that's going to change your life in tremendous ways. Even when I'm not looking at my birth chart, learning astrology has helped me, and I use it every day. I use the skills it's taught me every single day, even if I don't actually have my birth chart in front of me. So you're going to get so much change in your life. You're going to go through the spiritual awakening. You're going to find confidence in yourself. You're going to understand yourself. You're going to be able to create a life that reflects you, which is super exciting. Payment plans, though, because I know that's not always available to everybody. If you do a two-month payment plan, so 2 payments the first 2 months, that will be $305. And then if you want to do 3 payments, if that's easier for you, it is $213, and this due once a month for 3 months. So that is available too. If you're interested and want to reach out and have any questions, please let me know. I'll answer any questions you have. I will obviously be talking about it more as we get closer to it. I would love to have you there with me. It's going to be an amazing journey, an amazing ride, and I can't wait to help you build your relationship with astrology and your conversational skills so that you can talk about Aries new moons with Uranus energy or whatever we're talking about. This is a natal chart course, so it's mostly going to be natal chart stuff. But one day it will be transits too. So you can talk about that stuff and kind of have your own connection to energy. That's a personal one. That's your vocabulary. Astrology is another language. It's a vocabulary, and you're going to use it to your advantage. So that is available to everybody. If you have any questions, please let me know. It is starting to get dark. I know it got a little bit darker in this video anyways because I got a phone call and had the intuition I needed to answer. I obviously did. This person needed to talk to me. And so some time passed, but hey, that's okay. I wanted to keep this video pretty kind of casual and unedited too. I didn't want to do live because it didn't feel right. And I do want to talk to you guys about this because one thing I've really noticed in Pisces season is how I show up to the world matters. And I want to show up authentically. And so I'm not going to edit too much. I wanted to be outside. I got messages and confirmations from other people that I should be outside to film videos. I'm not going to edit this too much. What I need to say is there. What I want to say is there. And the bloopers and the mess ups and all that good stuff, it's there too. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please enjoy your Aries new moon. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being there with me on every step of the way. I am truly, truly, truly so blessed to do what I do. I love you guys, and I will talk to you again soon.